Here's one of Jason's great.
You go up the ramp, it's in the right lane.
I mean, how long does it take you to do this stuff?
On the bridge. So, what's going to happen is that as the streetcar comes
that's a transit.
Even if that light is green,
look at that.
The streetcar
that's like a piece of artwork. Actually, do you have this posted somewhere?
Yes.
Where?
On Flickr.
The ones in my
Oh, it's on your Flickr site?
Yeah.
Okay.
just right off the bat.
So they through downtown.
Didn't you have a beard?
The other 1.6 miles.
Never?
About 10 minutes. I mean, it doesn't take long. But
I thought you had a beard one.
I look at that.
Didn't you show up on my bus one time?
Yeah,
Literally. As soon as that
Right.
car
How'd you know to do that?
You see the light change.
How did you know where I was?
I just happened to take that one actually.
Oh, really? You just recognized me? That was a long time ago. That was before I was even making any videos.
Yeah,
And they hit the button. They hit the button.
you were on the operator's thing.
I'm surprised, man.
I just happened to be going to Safeway, I think.
Oh, that time?
The streetcar is not the highest.
Okay. You went.
No, it's like
What was Jason doing? Man.
Well,
Supposedly they're what?
supposedly in a future iteration of Transit Tracker, if it is off schedule, like a snow day or something that's just way out of whack, it will show you the last known location of whatever vehicle was that's next headed your way. So then you can judge. That would be cool. You know, is it 40 blocks away, 10 blocks
Like
away?
GPS on each bus, you can go to where you can go to a map and see like a real-time location.
They have the
a lot of it is. They have the GPS.
Yeah.
I mean, because some of the tracking is done by GPS, like the streetcar tracking is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all done by GPS, isn't it?
Although, no, it's not all done by, I don't think Max is done by GPS. It's done by
Oh, on the rail, right?
The streetcars, the problem is in the city core, you don't always get a good signal. You know, it's basically GPS with a cell phone, and one or the other could be off.
Speaking of trackers, this is not exactly a transit system. It's intercity rail. But have you ever noticed how Amtrak does its updates?
No.
So I'm sitting there talking to the conductor one day in the bistro, and I'm like, yeah, da da da, and he's talking da 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 about this and that, and I'm like, so and whatever, and all of a sudden he goes, oh, hold on. He starts dialing his phone. It's like, yeah, I just want to call. We're 4 minutes late into Kelso. I'm like, what? You have to call and tell them that? They're like, yeah, we call. It's a manual system. We call it. They update it. They call New York or no DC, wherever Amtrak is, and they go, doop, 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 enter, and that's how you see an updated tracker time.
By a manual system.
So if that's off a little bit, it's probably because somebody forgot to pick up the cell phone and call.
It's, Matt Davison, he wrote a little thing in the Mercury about it, but we went to every ticket machine on the interstate line.
Oh yeah, I read that
all the way out to.
That was a good.
Well, you know what's funny? So
They still haven't done anything about that.
I've made a few blog entries. We call it my monthly adventure or whatever. And usually, me and a girlfriend, Jolene, we'd go out, and she'd trek down the westbound side. I'd go the eastbound side, and we try to hit a ticket machine and get our monthly pass. And one day we went.
Don't ever use those.
We started at Galleria because we'd always take the streetcar down. We started at Galleria. We got all the way to right there where the Max turns, which is second and whatever it is. And at this point, we both got pissed off because we're like, gracious, that's like 20 freaking machines. We can't get. No, it was like a few days before the first. So anyway, we finally just said to hell with it. And we got on the Max and rode all the way out to the airport, and finally got in the airport. So we're like, well, no Portlanders can get tickets, but hey, at least the tourists coming in on the airplanes can.
But the airport machines, at least one of them, there's one outside and one inside. They don't sell they don't sell 2 zone fares. The last time I checked.
That's right, they don't.
So if you're just going to the airport to my house, you have to overpay unless you bring it.
It's part of the lot, right? Tomorrow, I don't feel like today.
There's a reason I will always remember that. It's because at the time I had a job where I had to wake up, leave my house at 5:30 in the morning. I had my radio set on a news radio station at that time, and my radio clicks on. It's 5. The clock says 5:30. They've already finished whatever the lead story is, and then they're like, and now here's other stories, and they're like, and the Max Red Line opened yesterday, and I'm going, okay, if this is the second story on a news talk station, and those generally lean, conservative, why does anybody in the world ever ride public transit type of thing, then I don't really need to listen to the rest of the news today.
Woke up to NPR and they were just recapping this morning's events, and I'm like, reaching for the snooze button, and I don't remember exactly what they said. Like, this doesn't make any sense to me at all. Whatever, and then all of a sudden it was like, and I never bolt out of bed unless there's someone banging down the door or something. It's like I bolted from the bed and sock feet scrambled down the hall and turned on the TV. What's going on? What's going on? About 10 minutes to call on my own. But anyway, the airport line. So now, ever since, there's been a full-time security guard on the platforms who does a sweep of every train when it comes in. They have kept people safe from fox attacks. Remember the fox rode out to the airport?